An unfortunate situation recently came to light. Now, Stephanie Dowells Brinson, who was 62 years old, last year of November was visiting her husband on a conjugal visit in a California prison when all of a sudden her husband summons the guard and said that she was unresponsive. Now, later on, unfortunately, it was discovered that she died of homicide, asphyxiation to be exact. However, her husband, who was already serving a 4 lifetime sentence, if you will, for taking out 4 men in 1994, he has not been brought up on charges as of this recording. Now, her children, they're upset because they're like, why would they allow her to be alone, with him without checking up on her? Again, that was her husband, and it wasn't the first time that she went on a conjugal visit. Now, it is said that guards, the correctional officers in prisons there in California, they do a check where the inmate has to check in every 4 hours. Now, it should also be said that the particular conjugal visit facilities is not necessarily in the prison. It's off on its own in an apartment type of deal. It's still on the prison ground, but it's separate, right? So within that apartment, they are living like they would on the outside, except for they're not free. Okay, again, her children are like, we want answers. How dare y'all allow our mom to be left alone with him? Okay. Now, the tabloids and the blogs and everything, they ran away with basically, this, 62-year-old hot to trot grandma was asphyxiated by her, murderous husband. And listen, that might be the case. We don't know yet. But as I was talking to a friend, we were really trying to get to the bottom of it because we're, interested in the situation. And my friend was like, well, maybe they were doing something, little on the risque side. And I'll let y'all leave that to your imagination. And maybe it was an accident, right? Because he hasn't been brought up on charges. And I'm sure he's saying, he being David Brinson, that's his name. And he's 54, by the way. I'm sure he's saying it was an accident. I didn't mean to do it because the investigation is ongoing. And you know what? That very well may be true. Maybe he didn't mean to do it. Maybe it was an accident. And listen, I had a mother once, RIP. And of course, no one wants to think of their mom in those terms that I just mentioned. And because our children would say, she was going there and they were reading the Bible and she was trying to make him be a better man and get him into these business courses and things like that. Now, mind you, he's got 4 lifetime sentences with no possibility of parole. So I don't know if he was going to get out. But it's like, yeah, your mom was probably reading the Bible, but she was probably doing some other things. Listen, that ain't all my business. RIP to her. However, she is not here, I don't think she deserved it. So don't mistake me in that. But my whole point to even talking about this is sometimes we got to sit back and watch everything unfold instead of going with the tabloids and the headlines of, she was just hot in the pants. She just got her jailbird. That probably really wasn't the case because they said she was a successful business owner, a hairdresser in Los Angeles. And she had a lot of good things going on for herself. And maybe she just really loved him and, cared for him or whatever the case is. I don't know what her situation was, but I'm saying let's not jump to conclusions because although he was in there it was a shootout or something like that happened in 1994. So although he was in there for taking 4 lives, over 30 years ago, that doesn't mean that he, purposely killed Stephanie. Then again, I don't know, maybe he did, but I'm just saying, let's just wait and see because everything that we're being told is not necessarily the case. So I'm surely interested in finding out what eventually will come from it. Anyway, when that happens, I'll let y'all know if you care. For more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel.